So I'm Flic Gabbay. I am a pharmaceutical physician by training, born and bred, and I'm going to talk a little bit about pharmaceutical medicine and the research that I've done as I've gone through my career. So I have spent 4 decades, believe it or not, in pharmaceutical medicine, and I have been very privileged to be involved in an awful lot of drug development programs. And I have put on the slide here the sort of travel that I have made. I've had a huge amount of people involved alongside me. I did all my original training in Park Davis, when I also did my diploma in pharmaceutical medicine, and I worked in the States and here in Europe. And during that time, we registered 10 products. It was in the golden age of making small molecules and receptors make drugs, and 8 of those are still very much on the market and products that you would use every day. I started working in antibiotic development and a little bit of antiviral development then, because I was doing quite a lot of respiratory stuff. And one of the things that really frustrated me was I came from a scientific background at Addenbrooke's into pharma, and we were banned from publishing anything by the Vancouver Agreement from any of the top tier journals, which was extremely frustrating to me, especially as a pharmaceutical physician's job is assembling large amounts of research data and presenting it for detailed scrutiny at regulatory authorities. You know, our average CSRs are 6,000 pages long. So I actually felt it was really important, and I decided that there was already a discipline of pharmaceutical medicine. It needed to have some sort of professional footing beyond the diploma that you could take alongside what was happening for clinical pharmacologists in the Royal College of Physicians. And I chaired the founding committee of the Society of Pharmaceutical Medicine, and then and the Society of Pharmaceutical Medicine itself. And then I was chair of the founding committee of the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Medicine in 1989. And I went on to be its academic registrar for 9 years, although I still very much had a day job, when I founded a contract research organization, which is basically research people for hire, which I subsequently sold to PPD. One of the most important things, apart from being very involved with key programs like meropenem, Synagis, which of course is a monoclonal against RSV, of which monoclonals are really important against antivirals now, but that was the first one. And my favorite drug that I have been involved with of all time, which is the drug device Mirena, which stopped women having hysterectomies. So I wrote the submission for that for a small company called Liras in Finland. It subsequently got bought by Shearing, and then Bayer bought Shearing, and it is now one of their biggest selling products. And quite rightly so too. So then lots of other people other than me got, as well as some of the things that I contributed, we got GMC status as a discipline. And during that time, I also founded Transcript. In the meantime, I had been a CEO of a couple of small biotechs, but Transcript was there to support many of the smaller organizations, as well as big pharma, but half of what we do is big pharma, to bring their products to the market when they need additional depth of experience and resource. I was the founding chair of FICO, which is a novel engineered phage that was actually at the AMR meeting yesterday. And I was also on a welcome supported proposal for an adaptive design very similar to recovery that was for bringing antibiotics to development. And in that time, we have not done that much on advanced therapeutic medicinal products, but we've done a few gene therapy, stem cells, and we also brought to the market a couple of new antifungals, which was really important, I think, because antifungals have been much overlooked. This year, I have been elected as president of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Medicine, president-elect. I take up office in November, and I'm very much looking forward to working with the Academy on that. Transcript itself, the company that I organise, will allow me out for 2 or 3 days a week to do this. And they have just completed some £55 million worth of research projects for about 240 companies and achieved bringing 10 new compounds to the market. So we also this year got private equity investment, which will allow us to do more development for more companies. So that hopefully will really help us to expand and bring more people in. I'm not really going to address the next couple of slides very much, except to say that this is the GMC curriculum for pharmaceutical medicine. And for those people who might want to look at it, it is quite an interesting read. We are quite different from many other disciplines. We work in pharma, regulatory agencies. Some of us work in the public sector as well. And in universities, and increasingly people in universities as they spin out with new discovery products. It carries big responsibilities. I know many of the people in the Academy have very big responsibilities, some of those speaking today, and very large ethical responsibilities, because you do make decisions around where investments are made and how the pharma money is invested. And there's a very substantial amount of money that is invested in pharma development projects and translational projects worldwide. Transcript, well, I'd just like to say I am obviously in nothing that I have achieved over the years that I've done on my own. I've always had a fantastic team. This is my team in Transcript. Each one of these people heads a small group of people doing things. We cover a lot of things from non-clinical right through to somebody like Louise Whiteley here, who looks after mature products for one of the, a couple of big pharmas with her team, and oversees things like safety and regulatory updates and things like that. So it is really important that we have a fantastic team behind us. What are we doing at the moment? Well, we work around the globe. A lot of what we've done in the last couple of years has been COVID, but we also have 30 non-COVID programs running, research programs running for companies. For COVID, we are entirely really dedicated to working almost all, except for one antiviral, in a host-directed virus agnostic programs of all different sorts. So they sit down here. SNGO1 is one of the ones that we run much of the work on, and also that sits down there, the mild to moderate illness with budesonide and so on. So really we're working in the pandemic preparedness arena. Academy of Medical Sciences, I've been involved in the AMR piece yesterday, which is why I wasn't here yesterday. I've been incorporated into the mentoring program, which is really rewarding, and had some very good sessions in that. I've been involved through the faculty in the winter preparations for this winter with seasonal flu and so on, because we do a lot of work, have done a lot of work in antivirals. I've loved the coffee chats. Took me into working with Nina at the Venice Forum on maternal and child health and making a presentation there about pharmaceutical medicine. I am looking forward to more multidisciplinary collaboration. I also am passionate about women in health. We have a Women in Health Forum in FPM, and I'm hoping that Sector 8, which I think probably is a bit like Hut 6, gets greater visibility. And thank you very much. I'm awed to be part of the Academy.